In this video, we're going to be using Stirling Intrepid Man, which you see right there, and the Smith & Hall Wedge straight razor. Stay tuned. Hey there, folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host, CDB. Thanks so much for joining me this Friday morning. I really appreciate it. And don't forget, Real Talk coming up tonight on Instagram. I will link that below. So, as mentioned before, today we're going to roll with Stirling Intrepid Man. I'll show you what the full tub or the label looks like right there. This was a sample that was sent to me by my buddy, Chris Garcia. Thank you very much, Chris. Beautiful scent. I like it. I think this is based on Creed Santal. Let me show you what the notes read like. We got sandalwood, cinnamon, orange, ginger, and some other stuff, so you can read that right now. Very nice scent. Scent strength to me is over medium, probably 6.5 to 7, so good scent strength on that. And you know how I feel about Stirling. You just can't beat the value for what you get. Excellent quality soap. You'll see it in the lather. It makes a great lather. Very, very affordable. If you buy the full-size puck, it is $13.60 for 5.8 ounces, not 4 ounces, 5.8 ounces, and that comes to you on our chart at an exceptional $2.34 an ounce. You just can't beat it. The ingredients we'll put right there. Some of the ones that I like: shea butter, lanolin, coconut milk. Stirling to me is the undisputed value leader. They offer these in the samples. You can get a sample like this, a 1 ounce sample for $3.50. You can get the puck by itself. You can get the tub by itself. You can get a full tub. They offer bombs. I mean, everything you can imagine. They have it most likely at Stirling, and I just love it. The razor today was sent to me by Marion the Barbarian. This is Smith & Hall. I think it says manufacturers, Sheffield. Wedge razor, 3/4 wedge, a near wedge, whatever you want to call it, and we'll roll with that today. The brush was sent to me by Chris Garcia also. This is red translucent on the bottom, APShaveco faux horse hair, so I'm looking forward to using that. And let's go ahead and get right into it with a little misting action. Regular 24 hours of growth, which you see there. Let's mist the face. Let's mix up our lather a little bit, and let's get going. I hope you guys are having a great day, and gals, of course, because we have some female viewers. Not as many as we would like, but you are out there, and thank you, ladies, for watching. I really appreciate you. Really appreciate you. Because, folks, this isn't just a hobby for men. The ladies probably shave more than we do, you know, surface area wise. And it's probably more difficult too. So we like to welcome everyone to the channel. And as you can see here, no problem with the lather. No problem at all. This is slick. It is good. I've been using it for years. It's never let me down. And when you consider the price, it's just such an excellent value. And my lather is dripping down the brush here because I've got it pretty wet, which I really prefer. I changed the way I lathered for straight razor shaving because, quite frankly, you have to learn to make the type of lather that works best for whatever you're using. And I find that a very hydrated lather works better because it takes a little more time to work through your passes. And it will dry out on you if you don't have adequate hydration. So that's why I changed it. Okay, let's get going here with our Smith & Hall. And I believe I sent this to the Stallion to put an edge on it. I think, if I'm not mistaken. And by the way, I do have a bump on my face there. The same bump that I opened up with the WEC the other day. So Doug Bear from the Barely Normal Wet Shaver has an excellent video on how to work around those blemishes, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to shave right over it. And if it bleeds, it bleeds. That's just the way it goes. Because I don't feel like trying to shave around it, to be honest with you. But Doug Bear has an excellent video on working around blemishes that I will link below. And that was pretty nice. That first pass the edge feels nice. Again, the wedges for me are just a little bit different. The way they feel is just a little bit different. They do shave well, but I like the feedback you get from a hollow. You know, the sort of experience, and you see that is the bump right there, which I have probably already opened up. But that is okay. We'll continue to go over it until it cooperates with us. Because I'm not really worried about open up a bump too much, it'll be there until it's not there, or we'll keep cutting it till it's no longer there. No problem. Either way, these wedges just feel so different. It's hard to explain, but I will continue to use them because I do like to try a little bit of everything. You will develop preferences along the way. Some things just feel better than others. And what I advise people to do is just try and see what you like, you know, and just enjoy. To me, the more things you try, the better, you know, because you'll really have a deep experience to draw from. And that's with soaps, with the razors, with brushes. Even though I predominantly use synthetic brushes, I do have some natural hair brushes too, which I've been working in. And I think that does enhance your overall enjoyment. However, I don't blame you if you only use one type of anything, if that's your thing. But I think you can enhance your enjoyment and experience by using, other things as well. And so you might find that there's something out there maybe you haven't been using because you stuck to just one thing. And then you're like, oh man, that's really nice. I don't know why. Give you an example. Straight razors and me. I did use straight razors a little bit like 6-7 years ago. And I just, I didn't give them long enough a chance to really enjoy. And so I was just like, I didn't want to get caught up in the expense and all these other things. You can always make reasons why you don't want to do something. But once I, 6 months ago or whenever it was, when I started really using them in earnest, it became enjoyable. So it does take some time. So whatever it is that you're using, give it a little time. I do find with scents a lot of times, it's a little bit more difficult to use a scent you don't like. And so with scent in that realm, it's just kind of like if you just strongly dislike a scent, I don't find any compelling reason to continue to use something that just is off-putting. But when it comes to this hardware, I think the variety, adds to the enjoyment. And again, it will give you deeper experience to draw on. And if your goal is to sort of advocate for the hobby and pull more people in, you're showing more things. And these are things that might appeal, to your viewers and so on. Now, on that note, let's mention a couple of channels today. The new channel that I will mention today is 68Shaves. He had commented in my comments and said, hey, could you give me a shout out? And I was like, sure. So I went over and watched one of his videos, and it was one on naked armor, because I was curious to see, because honestly, the naked armor I got the set was not good. They sent it to me, it wasn't good, and I said so, and that's all there was to it. I think naked armor kind of preys on folks who don't know much about wet shaving, and they sell these kits that are priced, in my opinion, too high, and it's just the quality is not that good. That's just my feeling. But this gent, 68Shaves, did not he didn't really care for it. So I'm like, that's good. He got an evaluation product, which I don't think was very good. Now, his opinion could have been different. I mean, he could have really enjoyed it, but he said it wasn't very good either. So that scores points with me, Now, I will say, when it comes to these artisan soaps and stuff, it's hard to find one it's not good, honestly. Because they're all so good, even the ones from years ago. I mean, this formula here is old. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. When it comes to the actual shave, this to me is just as slick as anything else. Works just as well. And if I do my job, it does great. Anyway, getting back to 6'8" there, check him out. I'll link his channel below. And also, recently I've taken to making sure I mention a channel that's been around for a while in conjunction with a new channel. Because let's face it, with some of the new channels, they're not going to stay around forever. People fall out of love with this hobby. In fact, I was thinking myself earlier when I was in the shower, I was thinking, how many people are still making videos regularly that were making videos regularly when I started? And the answer is not very many. There's Geo Fatboy, The Stallion, I think, came slightly after me actually making regular videos. The Stallion, and honestly, I can't think of, there might be some I'm forgetting, but in terms, I'm talking about making regular content, like at least weekly, they're not out there. So a lot of people, you know, after a while, they fall out of love with the hobby. And so I like to mention also in conjunction with the new channel, somebody who's been doing it for a while, perhaps they're more likely to be around a year from now, 2 years or 3 years from now. And that is, since we mentioned him yesterday, and I noticed when I was looking at his video, he's getting close to 500 subs. And that is Marcos El Chingon Mendez Shave. So please go check out Marcos and give him a sub if you would. He's getting close to that 500 mark. And if you like his video, give him a sub. Let's just put it that way. Both gents, if you like them, give them a sub. But I realize on the same token, not everyone's style appeals to everyone. Like there's a lot of people who don't like my videos. That's okay. You know, that's just the way it goes. But if you would, you know, give Marcos a shot as well. And check out 6 8 Shaves there. Again, I'm mentioning both gents because, you know, give folks some options. And honestly, it's very hard for me to keep up with all the channels now, but I always think when someone new comes in, that's a good thing because they're going to have their own viewers and own followings, and it promotes the hobby, and so it's a great thing. And while I may not be able to watch every video from every new person, I appreciate that they're coming in and advocating for the hobby. So check those folks out. And again, don't forget Real Talk tonight at 8 p.m. on Instagram. So Sharp David and I will be discussing some of the latest goings on in the community, things like Kaizen 2, and I don't know what else we have on the agenda tonight, but we'll talk and shoot the breeze and, you know, have fun with your comments. And it's just a time to have fun and, you know, discuss the goings on and hopefully do it in a way that's fun for everybody. Now, I will say, because I got some comments on one of the last Real Talks that I posted, it is adult and it is an after hours sort of show. And so you might have some adult language there and so on and so forth. So keep that in mind. It might not be for you if that is off-putting. I do try to keep my channel family friendly, but the Real Talk is meant to be sort of an after hours, you know, let your hair down sort of show. And I'm doing it with So Sharp David. And we come from 2 different worlds. And for me, I think that adds something to the show. We're 2 very different people, but we're friends. We've been friends for a long time. And I think that should really, I'm really happy to be doing the show with somebody who comes from a completely different background, different age than me, because it should show that, hey, you don't have to have, your circle doesn't have to consist of people only like you that believe the same things, that do the same type of work, that have the same life views, you know? And so I enjoy hearing David's perspective. There's many things we disagree on. There's many things we agree on. But I personally like the fact that we're 2 very different people. And he, you know, I'm obviously a lot more guarded in, you know, the things that I say. And he is not as filtered as I am. And so I appreciate that sort of perspective. I realize not everyone does. You know, we had some sort of a complaint the last time about the language, but just know it is an after-hour show. And, you know, I'm not going to condemn folks who choose to use adult language publicly if they want to, you know, and sometimes I do as well, to be honest. And so I try to keep it mostly private and in private conversations, you know. But let's be honest, we're all human and none of us are perfect. And, you know, allow people to be who they are is sort of my philosophy. And if you're put off by, you know, a few adult words, then that might not be for you. So you may want to skip those shows. But for those of you who just want to have a good time and, you know, sort of let your hair down, then come and join us and have a little fun. 8 o'clock Tonight I also want to mention the Pink Boys raffle, which is Shave 326, Ken Klitschko, Marion the Barbarian, and Jeremy Tyler, the Traveling Shaver. It is ongoing. I had almost forgotten about it, honestly, but I wanted to mention it again. You can enter that raffle. It's raising money for, I believe it's breast cancer research. I contributed this morning because I'd forgotten completely about it. There's so many charities that, you know, it's hard to keep up sometimes, and raffles. And so I will link that below. There are prizes associated with that. So again, you can go and check out Ken's channel or Marion's or Jeremy's and get the, you know, the details on all of that. All right. How are we doing here? I think we're doing pretty well. I tell you one thing, the Stirling always hits the spot. If I do my job, it's always there to lend itself in allowing me to do a good job. You know, when it comes to just providing that platform for this razor to glide across, the value is outstanding. And I think we've mostly managed not to irritate that bump too much. So no problems with that. That's great. And boy, this is still slick stuff. And I gotta say, when I pull out my old Katie's Bubbles soaps and stuff, they're still great too, you know, so. I know a lot of people who are uber hobbyists are very interested in chasing, you know, the consensus best. But I think in many ways, a lot of these soaps like this, and by the way, the angle on that always looks more extreme than it is because of the way I'm facing the camera. It's not quite as flared out as you might think. But anyway, I think a lot of people are very interested in chasing the, you know, the best. But in many ways, I think the best has been around for a long time and it's still here, you know, because there's just so many great choices. You could just pick whatever you like, you know, and it's probably going to work fantastically for you. So what is the best? Who knows, really, when it comes down to it. Okay, let's finish up strong here. One thing about these wedges, they are silent. You don't hear much feedback at all. All right, very, very nice. No bubbles, no troubles. I don't think we mangled ourselves too bad on that bump. So let's rinse everything off, come back, get into the post. Stay tuned. All right, and we're back with our Lancaster tail, and I believe there's a drop, for this upcoming on Saturday, which is why I'm using it. So whatever the date of this video is, the Saturday following, look for this. You can go to Lancaster Razor Works and check it out. I haven't been shown that recently because they just haven't been available. Let's go with the Magic Made by Witch Stairs, Witch Hazel, which is great stuff. And I must say, that was an outstanding shave. Nothing at all to complain about. And honestly, I could use Stirling every day. In terms of the quality and what it delivers for me, I could use it every day. I don't use it every day because I'm a hobbyist and I like to try different things and I like to show you different things. But on a quality basis, I could use this every day. It would leave me wanting for nothing. And it's that simple. Well priced, great quality. It's hard to be beat. The razor today was the Smith & Hall Manufacturing Wedge razor, honed by the Stallion, gifted to me by Marion. Thank you, Marion. I'm tongue twisted as always. Surprise, surprise. And the brush was gifted me kindly by Chris Garcia, as well as the soap and this test splash. So thank you very much, Chris. I did enjoy that. Thanks so much. And let's finish it off today with the Stirling Intrepid Man splash. Now, would I buy this? Yes, I would. The scent is quite good. Again, I believe this is inspired by Creed. Oh yeah, I like that. And this is yet another Stirling that I've got in the queue that I'm gonna have to buy. I've been trying to buy other things just for variety. Let's see if we have any more. That's almost all of it. But I try to buy some other things just for variety. But honestly, I could use Stirling every day. It hits the spot for me. I love it. Maybe I'll do a comparison shave Stirling next to one of the Uber soaps and see how that goes. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Until next time, I want to remind you, I'm your host, CDB. It's your shave, do it your way, and as always, God bless.